Endometrial cancer is on the rise in Jamaica. Women who are having signs or symptoms should seek early medical attention. Shamala Pullen tells us more in the health report.
Endometrial cancer is cancer of the lining of the uterus, the same place where menstrual blood flows. Consultant gynecologist and obstetrician Dr. Natalie Medley says this condition follows quickly behind cervical cancer, which is now the leading gynecological cancer in Jamaica and the world.
In my experience, we have actually been seeing a lot more endometrial cancers now than cervical cancer. So it'll be interesting to see what the latest figures show, the updated figures show, in terms of which one is the most common for us in terms of gynae cancers. And when we look at the Globalcan figures in 2020, the endometrial cancer cases, new cases in that year, actually surpassed cervix. So it was about 421 new cases of endometrial cancer that year in Jamaica versus about 386 cervix. So we actually are seeing a lot more endometrial cancer, so it's very common.
Endometrial cancer is usually caused by excess estrogen in women. This can be due to several factors, including obesity, hormonal replacement therapy, diabetes, or hypertension.
And the most common symptom is actually bleeding, vaginal bleeding. So this alerts women to the fact that something is wrong from early. So most women are diagnosed early if they don't ignore bleeding after the menopause. So postmenopausal bleeding is a very common finding in endometrial cancer. And the majority of women, I would say about 90% are diagnosed after the menopause, but there are young women who are still seeing regular periods. And in this case, it can be a lot harder to detect. But the key difference is noticing any changes in the bleeding.
Early medical screening is advised for women, particularly if there is a family history of cancer.
Most women have the beta type or the type 1s, which don't have a preponderance of or tendency of spreading as much as the more aggressive types. So because of this, treatment can be instituted early via removing the uterus. In women who are younger, who have fertility challenges, then it can be a bit more challenging, and there are hormonal methods that can be used to treat this condition if it's detected early, and it's the beta type of endometrial cancer. But generally, the treatment would be surgery.
But in some cases, persons may need to do chemotherapy or radiotherapy. With our health report, I'm Shamela Pullen wishing you good health.